Hey people, welcome back to Burping Gamers, which kind of is a nice little metaphor to describe how great the production value is of this little segment that we got going right now.
Too.
Yep, cough and burp. I'm Ice Cube. This is
Z-O-R-B-Z. Z on the end because I'm awesome.
Burping Zorbz, and we're here to bring you the latest in video games. We've been doing a series of E3 coverage. Well, yeah, this is the third one of our coverage and I guess.
So if you're still here, what's wrong with
review of E3? If you're still here, I'm proud of you. You made it past the first 10 seconds without getting bored. We're going to talk about Ubisoft's showcase and Nintendo showcase in this video here. We've already covered Bethesda, Sony, EA, and Microsoft. So go check those videos on Gamebug.com.au if you have not already. But we're moving on to the next phase, and this will be the last one of the series. So stay with us. Ignore the fact that it's a really crappy background, no game theme. Just listen to us, and we'll have lots of interesting things to say. And feel free to chime in with your own commentary on the YouTube comments section.
Just be like, oh, I can't believe you guys don't like Destiny.
Mate, if you watch the previous videos, I'm going to bring up. I think we're going to have a lot of haters.
Yeah.
We have a lot of haters, but no, I think a lot of you will agree with this as well.
Should be called crippled gamers.
Just to recite my my opinion of the entire show is that it's an absolute load of shite, with the exception of maybe one or two things that were revealed in previous E3s.
I thought it was average.
Average, yeah. It was a massive letdown for me anyway. So it's just I expected far more new reveals, and we've really got nothing except for what Anthem, and you know.
And even that, I'm like, yeah, cool, but.
Okay, so moving on, we're going to do Ubisoft first. We're going to do Ubisoft first. We're going to do our highlight game and our lowlight game. We just got one of each for the third-party publishers. Zorbz, what is your highlight choice of the Ubisoft press conference?
We're not doing an overall.
Oh yeah, we do. We do a quick little
overall.
Quick synopsis. Yep.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. It ended up not being as bad as I thought it was, because when I heard what was going to be there, they go, "These are the announcements we got. We got Assassin's Creed, we've done it a million times before. Far Cry, we've done it a million times before, and The Crew, which we did before, but nobody really played." I was like, "Oh, come on, like seriously." I'm if you've seen the previous videos, you know I'm on the hunt for something new and exciting. It's just the one thing that I want and the one thing that I'm not getting, and when I saw that, that's exactly what the case is going to be for the Ubisoft show. However, look, it did turn out that there were a couple little things in there that did make me raise an eyebrow. Nothing that made me just go, "Oh my god!" but just something that kind of thought, "Okay, well, that's interesting." And that's about as good as it gets for this show. That's interesting. So let's go with your highlights.
So my highlight is what I saw last year, and what I've already played a demo of. So, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Fractured Butthole.
No, that's good. No, actually, you know, I thought that's actually a good choice.
That game, the first one was amazing.
It was amazing, super underrated, super funny. In fact, it is the funniest game of all time. I hail it as the funniest game of all time.
And the trailers for this new one, they just look awesome. Like, yeah. I just crack up watching them, and you know, me and Mix played a bit at EB Expo, and it was fun. Like, it's more of the same. But
didn't they do a bit more with the combat now?
Yeah, so the combat is not just turn-based now; it's a bit more strategic. You can place your characters, and you know, depending on where they're positioned, will obviously deal more damage and stuff.
Yeah, I'll be interested in that. I had no objections with the previous combat, to be honest. I actually kind of liked the way it worked.
Yeah, it looks a bit more
I don't want to stuff around with combat too much. I just want to get through it a bit.
Yeah, because I like just the story and...
Yeah, and the story, as funny as it was also a really amazing story. I don't know how they managed to do that.
It's like impressive. One of the best South Park episodes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, absolutely. It was genuinely really good. I just really hope they don't miss comedic opportunities. Like, you know, when, I don't know, they're busy guys, Trey Parker and whatever the other guys. Yeah. They're busy guys. They've got to make the show. I hope they're in the Ubisoft office a lot, putting their influence in.
It's been delayed for so long, so I feel like they have.
Yeah, because it'd be a real shame if there's there's a lot of kind of gameplay where it's just the game and there's just no humor. They managed to avoid that with the first game. Hopefully they keep it hilarious all the way through the second one as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good choice. But again, it's not new, so it feels a bit like... my choice is new. And it's probably the only thing that I saw there that I wasn't expecting that kind of made me think, all right, this kind of ticks a few boxes. Basically, it's a game that's about 8 years old. Oh, sorry, 8 years too late. Skull and Bones.
Yeah, I didn't bother to watch this. What was it?
Okay, Skull and Bones is basically the pirate game I've been begging Ubisoft.
Pirate game, okay.
Yeah, that I've been begging Ubisoft to make since we first saw how well they could do it in Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 was a terrible game, but it had this chunk of it that's about halfway through this really long game where you suddenly turn from some Red Indian huntsman to a pirate in the seas. Don't ask me how, it's just in the game, right? But it was amazing, and it just, when I saw it, I was like, why don't you can do the best pirate game with this right here. Just make this a pirate game. So I didn't say this, like I said it, but nobody would have taken my word seriously. But it was common sense. They could see the common sense, so they came up with Black Flag. But of course, they couldn't just call it like
Black Flag.
Black Flag or Pirates Creed, even if they had to. No, they had to taint it by making it an Assassin's Creed game. Sticking they got no place in there. Get rid of it.
What is this game? Come on, I don't know about it.
Okay, no, hang on, we're getting. This is the point. I apologize. However, here we are. Finally, the pirate game using that same pirate stuff that was in Black Flag. Basically, it's got some promise and some disappointment with it. Basically, it is as it sounds. You get your pirate ship, you go out and you sail the seas and you battle other ships, right? Unfortunately, that's all we kind of really know about it. Do we get to venture off the ship and go exploring islands? Do we get to have a massive single-player campaign? How much of that we don't really know.
Is it single-player or multiplayer?
You can do single-player, but what you can do as single-player is going to be key to this game. If it's just single-player, you're really restricted in an area, or you've got designated mini-maps or something, that'd be horrible. But if it's open world, exploration, got a campaign and a story, then we're talking business. I tell you what, if they incorporate some of Sid Meier's Pirates, some of that strategy and elements of that into this game, you'll have absolute gold. However, all we saw, excuse the pun, all we did see in this was a bit of online multiplayer battling.
That's what I wanted to watch.
Because I think this will be an online world, and there'll be other pirates out there trying to hunt you, and you can hunt them.
So it's Sea of Thieves.
No, well, it's not. No, well, I don't know. Maybe, but it's a proper pirates. It's not kids pirates. It's like, and it's like there's a lot of NPCs out there. You can do it solo. You don't have to have everyone with you. And it's basically that Assassin's Creed Black Flag game without the crappy assassins, and it's just focused on pirates.
Okay.
How much you can do, we're yet to find out, but it's going to make or break that one.
Okay.
Let's go to the negatives. So what's the negative?
The Crew 2.
Did you see the trailer?
I didn't bother. I don't like The Crew. I don't really like racing games, and The Crew was boring.
The Crew was actually alright.
No, it was boring.
For a racing game. It was a bit different.
Yeah.
It was alright. I quite enjoyed it.
I got it for free on Xbox Live or whatever it was.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have bothered playing
I tried, and I was like, no. I only like arcade racing games.
If you do
unless it's like Forza Horizon 3, I love that. Old Need for Speed, I love that, but I don't like simulation driving. I hate it.
It's not simulation.
It is. It's
not at all. It's not. No, it's not. There's a lot of different things you can do. It's best when you can get like 4 cars out and you can do activities together, including like chasing down criminals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just doing a plain old road trip across the United States of America is an impressive sight. Like,
sounds boring.
It's sad, but it's actually kind of relaxing, but engaging at the same time. Because the landscape just changes so dramatically. It's like, it's really quite, it's almost like taking a scenic drive.
That sounds boring. I don't want to play that.
Now, well, you know what? That's just one thing you can do. But throughout the entire time, there's constant activities all the way through it as well. But the thing about the Crew 2 is that it's not just about the cars anymore. It's also about motorcycles, speedboat racing, and air, like that Red Bull air stunt racing as well.
I don't care.
So you can get into any of those vehicles and take them around this entire world. So it's not just about cars anymore.
Yeah, I don't care.
To be honest, I don't really care either, but I don't think it's too horrible. Like, it's okay for a publisher to have a token racing
I couldn't
game.
find anything else to pick on, let's be honest. Like, it wasn't because I hated it, I just couldn't find anything else.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I just think... I just think
Ubisoft is smart. They don't put terrible games out.
Yeah, I think it's fair to have a token racing game in your collection of ones that you release. So.
But there's just too many others. There's GTA, there's Forza 7 coming out.
Yeah, Forza's the king, and then you've got Need for Speed.
Gran Turismo coming out, then you've got Need for Speed. There's too many
Gran Turismo's kind of fallen off the bandwagon.
Yeah, but there's just too many. We don't need this.
Yeah, Namco's got their own, what's it called, Real Project Cars or something. They got their entry as well.
There's bloody Dirt and all those ones. There's too many.
There is too many. Yeah, they all want that genre. So I guess it's kind of like, you know, they all want to have their own token racing game.
Bring back Driver or something.
Okay, and my negative for this, controversial, but I'm going to stand by it. I've already bagged out Assassin's Creed. That's just too easy. But just as bad in my eyes is Far Cry 5.
Boo!
Get rid of it.
I like it.
Get rid of Far Cry. It's just not... There's nothing to it. It just feels like a B-grade everything else game. Like, it's just like... Where do I begin? It's another first-person game in another kind of war scenario where you're just running. I guess this one's kind of open world, and you can kind of do things like hunting and stuff like that. But I mean, they just feel flat. They just doesn't. Every time I start playing one, I can never play through it because I just get too bored. Like there's just.
I don't know.
It just feels. It feels like a B grade. I just associate it with B gradeness. It's just. Stop making them as well. Use the resources that you have. I just say in every video to do something new. Do a new idea. Be creative. It's what we all want. It's what we're clamoring for. It's why we say that everything you do sucks. Because everything you do sucks. And we want new ideas.
Actually, I want Far Cry 3 Part 2. That's what I want. Because I love that setting the best.
That of those games, yes, it was probably the best. It's like the best turd of a bad pile of poo. It's like it's so it's just dumb.
I'm surprised you picked this over Assassin's Creed. I'm
well,
pretty sure you hate Assassin's Creed more.
Yeah, I do, but only because I've already done my event. I did. That wasn't on the video that we lost, is it?
I don't know. Was it?
I don't know. I think that was in my hate. No, yeah, it was in my hate for Xbox. So that's fine. It's in the record book. So I went with Far Cry 5 here. Just stop making Far Cry. Every time I hear it, like when I heard 3, I cringed. 4, I cringed harder. 5, it's just stop. It just pisses me off. There's so many good games that deserve sequels.
It's got that.
It's like shoving it down our throat.
So like Assassin's Creed, I like 2, 4, 6, and I feel like with this, it's like I liked Far Cry 1, 3, and hopefully this. I don't like.
Why do you like 1? It's like you like the
Far Cry 1 was
awesome.
No.
Graphics it's like so Killzone. It's like they're trying to turn nothing into something by forcing it down our throats. It's like stop. No.
Far Cry 1 was amazing because visually it looked amazing.
No, it didn't. I was going to say it looked terrible.
Far Cry 1 on PC.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know what you're on about, but
it did. Like it looked like weirdly skewed. It's hard to describe. Yeah, I can't.
But it was the first shooter game where you could just go wherever you wanted. That's what I liked about it. The mission was there, but you could just tackle it any way you wanted. And now it's just become this big open world. Far Cry 4 was definitely less appealing than number 3 because it felt a bit, not empty, but just too repetitive. So I'm worried that this might be even worse than that.
I just think they're bad. They're all bad, boring games. All of them.
No, number 3 I would play again. That
really?
was amazing.
Number three was the best of a bad one. Anyway, I was repeating ourselves. That's my gripe. But it all ties in the same theme. Make something new, and I just like Far Cry should not be getting sequels. There are lots of games that should be. Far Cry is not one of them. Anyway, let's move on to
the big N.
Nintendo. We go to the small N.
What did I have listed down for the big N?
You're a bit of a Nintendo fanboy as it's coming out more and more.
Yeah, I would have put. No, I've always been a big Nintendo fanboy. I would put like 20 highs on this, even though there wasn't even 20 games announced.
They can't do wrong in your eyes, can they?
They can. The Wii. I hated the Wii. I like the Nintendo made games on the Wii, but the console itself was a piece of shit.
I agree. I
The
agree.
Wii U I liked.
Yeah, but the Wii sold so much because it tapped into a new audience. Anyway, we won't go there.
Yeah.
So Nintendo had their own little show. Because it's kind of a first party publisher, but they don't get the luxury of picking into all the third party developers. We're going to only do 2 instead of 3.
Yeah.
But 2 is more than 1, so we'll do 2 likes and 2 dislikes.
And they only had a 28-minute or something presentation. Like, it wasn't a big long.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is though, they did say we got so much to announce at our presentation. You go, and you think that means a lot of games, and then you get there and it's like, you had more than last time, but it's still not many.
More after the presentation. They did some more reveals in their Treehouse Lives sessions.
Well, anyway, so okay, what's your first? Have we done the overall impression?
Overall, I really liked it. Do I want to see more? Yes, of course, but I mean, they're still trying to do this whole 3DS and Switch. I think they need to just get rid of the 3DS, but they can't because there's 55 million sold or something ridiculous. So that's losing a big market if they do.
Well, not really, because they're not making games for it frequently enough anyway.
I know, but that's why I feel like they should, but I feel like they're trying to just gradually get people to go all to the Switch and leave that behind.
Well, the way to do that is just to entirely stop making games for it.
It must be scary though for them, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, as long as it's making some money, you keep it out there, I guess. So.
But I don't know. Like, I think they're on the right track. I think I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I saw.
I, for the most part, don't think they're on the right track because they're not thinking outside the box enough in terms of the titles they're bringing out. In fact, they're getting less and less so as time goes on. They're just getting more and more reliant of the same titles that they're familiar with making, and just abandoning anything that's that's outside of that box. Really,
well,
I mean, think about
from their first party, yes. But what they're good at is, okay, they might not have the big names for third party, but they've got a lot of the indie developers that are coming to their system. They support so many indie games.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Are you talking about like the stuff that's available on the eShop? Because there's really not that much.
No, on the Switch, they're getting... There's more eShop indie games than there is Nintendo games on there.
On the Switch?
Yeah. I mean, you've got like Shantae, Half Genie Hero, you've got like...
yeah, but that's on the 3DS as well. That's been on with Nintendo.
Yeah, I know, but they're bringing those over, and they've got exclusives as well. So
but ultimately, you're just still looking at the same old stuff that's already on the Wii U.
And they did something that Sony hasn't done yet. They've got Rocket League coming on the Switch. Even though Sony's got it, Nintendo is actually letting you cross-play with Microsoft. Sony hasn't done that.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Not really.
It is when you're playing on a portable Rocket League with someone on an Xbox.
Nintendo doesn't have anything to lose in that situation.
Exactly.
Sony does.
What have they got to lose?
You become Microsoft's bitch if you do that. And they were smart not to do that. I honestly think they were smart not to do that because right now they've got control of a market. If you concede to Microsoft and enable that crossplay while you're in the lead, then you're just a fool.
True, but I don't know. For a consumer,
that could change when the Xbox One X comes out. But anyway,
but I liked it. I mean, let's be honest. Nintendo makes Nintendo games. They're just gonna keep doing that, and I don't mind because no one else is making those games. Yeah,
but even like they've been doing just Nintendo games for a long time. But they were still making other games too, and they were bringing them out. The Wii actually had a lot of underdog titles that were pretty cool along the way.
Yeah, but they weren't made by Nintendo.
No, that's fine, but they were still getting them on the system.
Now they're only getting them on the system because of the numbers of the Wii sold. Publishers don't want to sell their games on a lesser hardware when they don't know the
Japanese developers will, and the Switch has sold very well, obviously itself.
But it's nowhere near the levels of PS4 on that yet. So until they keep seeing it grow, then we'll start. They
probably just won't get those Western developers. I think they will still get those Japanese.
Because it's hard. Like imagine Anthem trying to run on a Switch. It's not going to work.
Yeah, well, they should make the console able to run Anthem on the Switch. So.
But you can't have a PS4 or an Xbox One X running on a portable. No way. It'd be like it'd last like 20 minutes. The battery. You'd pay like $10,000
Well, that
for
shows
it.
for taking the portable element.
But I like that portable element. I
Yeah,
think
okay,
it's
fine. Well,
awesome.
I'm not saying they have to have Anthem or anything. I'm not even going there. It's just
I think the Switch needs to replace the 3DS, and then they need a console that's just booming.
All I'm saying is that they need to somehow figure out how they can get more games on their own system. That's their own. I think what's actually happening is Sony and Microsoft are poaching those guys that were making games for Nintendo, particularly during the Wii era, because there were still a lot of games that were just for the Wii that weren't the same old titles, and they're not the big names that you heard a lot of. They were getting made. They were getting made anyway. Continuing where we were. Apologies for the delay.
So yes. Talking about the highs, what was the highs for your Nintendo?
The highs of Nintendo.
Okay, so first, or you want me to go first?
We've got two. I'll go first because we're on a roll. Metroid Samus Returns.
Damn you, that was one of mine.
Oh, was it? Okay. Like I had to. Like when it comes to Nintendo and its existing franchises, I think Metroid's the only one which is there for me. I'm such a huge fan of the original NES one, even a bigger fan of the Super NES one, and the Wii one I thought was super undervalued. I love the Wii one. I absolutely love it.
What, Metroid Other M?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I really did. I really did. So, very excited to hear that Metroid's coming out again.
I love that 2D Metroid game.
Yeah, the side scrollers rule. The first person ones weren't as good, but anyway, I'll go into that later on. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I will get this.
Yeah,
I don't get many Nintendo games.
That's one of mine, but since you've already picked it, I'm going to do the crossover with Ubisoft.
Okay.
The Rabbids, what is it, Mario Kingdom Battle or something?
Yeah.
It's like Mario crossed with the Rabbids.
Yep.
So I was like, this sounds like the dumbest thing ever. And then I watched the trailer, I'm like, okay, the visuals look amazing. It looks quirky and funny. And then I saw the battle system, and I was like, damn, this is a pretty in-depth strategy RPG. I just thought it was going to be some generic crap game, but it actually looked good to me.
I'll be honest, it surprised the hell out of me.
How good are the visuals?
I don't know if I'm gonna rave on about the visuals that much, but I will say that I was very surprised.
Very surprised. It's not just a cheap cash in. Like, it looked like they put effort into it.
Oh, they did totally. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna play it. I generally got no interest in it. However, it was just nice to see a little surprise. Yeah, it was. In fact, and it wasn't just one surprise. It was surprise for that one game. Like, first when you see Mario with the Rabbids, and then you see that Miyamoto is there. Miyamoto, and then you see like it's a turn-based game, and the Rabbids are in Mario World, and then you see that the combat has shooting. It's like one thing after the next. It's like, what's going on? So okay, fine, that's cool. It's nice to see something a little different. It's better than seeing God of War Mario 6. I don't know. Just sequels. No more sequels.
Next game.
For me, it was there it is. Metroid Prime 4. I'm lame. There's no.
I couldn't pick that because it was just a name.
I know, but it's just like excites me. Just the memories of Metroid. Metroid's so unique in its feel, its vibe, its mysteriousness, its energy.
It had some very cool ambient, just creepy vibes.
Yeah, and I really hope they recapture that. Nintendo is pretty trustworthy when it comes to recapturing nostalgia.
Yeah.
I trust that they'll be able to do it again. All I don't want, though, I really, honestly don't want first person again. And being Metroid Prime, it probably will be.
It will be.
That's really disappointing. I want.
You want like Other M. You want a 3D.
Yeah, but I want
a third person one.
Third person will be good. Even side scroller would be good, but I know that's on the 3DS. But I want a big budget side scroller.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Or even just something not first person. I just don't.
Okay, what I want to know: why didn't they just put that one on the 3DS also on the Switch? Why can't they do that? It seems like they.
Well, they got to give 3DS something. So.
Yeah, but just put it on both.
I struggle to play the portable 3DS game and Vita. I got there's amazing games there. I never when it's between the console and the portable, I always do the console. Anyway, regardless, look, it's still Metroid. Even if it's first person, I'm probably going to buy it. And I didn't really play the previous Primes, to be honest. I don't know if I played bits of them. They didn't feel as Metroidy as Metroid's supposed to be.
I like them.
Hopefully, it will be. What's your next one?
No brainer, Mario Odyssey. I freaking love every Mario game. I don't think I've ever not liked a Mario game.
Yeah. They're right. They're always, well, not always, mostly very good.
Yeah.
Very good to excellent.
Visually, they're the best Nintendo ever puts out. Like, Nintendo just nails it with their own IP. So, again, visually, it just looks quirky and crazy and over the top.
I've just resigned to the fact that there's going to be Mario for eternity. So, I suppose I don't have a massive objection to seeing sequels to Mario, because, in fairness, Mario is one of those games that, even though it's not really a me game, it still deserves sequels.
Yeah. And they're not sequels, really, because they're just sort of different things.
They kind of are now. Yeah, but even if they were sequels, it kind of deserves it. It's fine, and it's good to have some kids' games out there.
There's new gameplay hooks in this one. You can throw your hat around as a weapon.
Yeah,
you transport into like creatures.
You morph into the character that you throw the hat on.
Yeah,
that's strange.
Like the enemies. And yeah, you can use a Goomba. You can use a Bullet Bill.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that's going to end up being a good or bad thing, but
it's different. I mean, Mario Sunshine is one of my favorite games on the GameCube. Who ever thought Mario with a water pack was going to be great? And I was like, this is the greatest thing.
I don't know anything about that game.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked a lot of the games they had. Nothing was really bad, but
we do have to do two negatives, don't we?
Yeah. So you first.
I was checking this on. Me first. Okay. Look. In a funny way, I kind of feel the same way as you. I'm not super aggressive with these games because they're just not meant for me. They're just meant for other people.
Things, but they're just.
No, I still think they're kind of bad for my usual reasons. So I'm gonna pick on a game that's gonna upset a lot of people, but I have to. The Pokemon anything. Pokemon RPG gets it this time. Because I hate Pokemon. I think it's shit. It's shit. I hate it. And it's just like these stupid little freaking characters you just want to kick into the sunset and just move along with your day. I don't get it. The cartoons aren't interesting. The premise is just like why would you do it? Like why would you walk up to someone and go, I'll battle you and take out a ball and throw a little kitten at them? Why it's just
okay.
And why is that such a big phenomenon as well? That hasn't died yet.
So everyone's losing their mind because they said mainline Pokemon RPG, which means it's mainline. You would assume is like the proper ones, the core games. But every time they've ever done a Pokemon game on a console, it's never what fans want. So I'm still skeptical about it. Even though they said it's a mainline Pokemon RPG, I'm still skeptical that it's going to be like Mystery Dungeon or some stupid spin-off one. So we'll see.
I'm just annoyed that like it's something that I honestly believe is shit, and it rakes in lots of money, and it's annoying.
All right. Well, my negative is because I just don't like these games. I'm going to go with Fire Emblem Warriors. I don't like Dragon Quest Warriors. I don't like Dynasty Warriors. I don't like Hyrule Warriors. I just don't like Warriors games. They're boring.
You mean Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors?
I already said Dynasty Warriors, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all the same. Like, it's just different skins on the same game. I don't want to play any more of them.
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors, when it first came out, was cool because it was different. And there were so many characters on screen. Now it's just a reskin for everyone that comes out.
Look, I ultimately agree. I've got a fondness for the series, but it's definitely gone into overkill a long time ago, actually. Occasionally one comes out that's kind of a bit better than the previous ones. Like, I remember Dynasty Warriors 8 was quite a standout, and Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires, believe it or not, it's quite a particular one. But that was actually particularly good, because I actually do give most of them a go. But the majority of them, it is exactly what you say. It's just a reskin. Funny enough, I don't know if you ever played Hyrule Warriors, But the merger with the Link cast and Dynasty Warriors was actually, it worked. It's unbelievable, but it really worked. The cast of characters that were there were brilliantly designed and drawn, and out in the battlefield, it was great just chucking them out there. I highly, and they chucked in the elements of Zelda into the game so that you could incorporate that into the battlefield. Things like finding the bombs and stuff like that. And then they had like this. I'd finished the game in its entirety.
Oh, you wanted that adventure mode thing.
I went into the adventure mode and I couldn't stop playing the adventure mode. It was so addictive. For a game that I just expected to play like a little bit of, I ended up playing probably longer than Skyrim. Like it was just, and I still, to the date, I still haven't finished it because the adventure mode got so hard. I kind of couldn't finish it. I've got to get back to it though. I've got to finish it. Anyway,
so what's your negative one?
Anyway, this is the segue because I actually picked the exact same one. I
Okay.
Believe it or not, like the game's not for me, and therefore kind of struggled to find a negative. But I kind of picked Fire Emblem Warriors for kind of the same reason.
Just because it's something we've seen and done.
But also, I kind of like the art of Fire Emblem, the first one on the 3DS, and then I think it's Awakening, and then the kind of two that followed that came out at the same time, also on the 3DS. They were great. But this new one that's come out, I think it's on the Switch, but it's also on the 3DS. It's a remake of an old
No, it's
Fire
not
Emblem.
on the Switch. It's on 3DS.
Okay, 3DS. This one is a remake of an old one, which I don't like that one at all because the drawing style, the art style, the characters, it just wasn't the same. It's a wrong art style, wrong characters. Don't like the look of anyone, and this Warriors version of that game is all based on those characters, and I think they all look really dull and uninteresting. And there's a huge difference between the characters from those first two Fire Emblem games on the 3DS, or first three technically, to the most recent one, and now they're going to milk this most recent one using.
No, but they're not because this Warriors one has characters from all of them.
Well, that's what I thought, but the trailer just really had the bland art style, which I don't like, and I could have. I think if they used that art style of the first two 3DS or first three 3DS games, I would have enjoyed it. But this, because it's based on this latest one, it's just like I don't like this anymore. You've lost me. So that's my biggest gripe on it. How about you?
So my next one...
Last one?
Yeah, my last one. Like, I just picked this for the sake of it because there's nothing really bad. But when I watched this demo, it's just called Yoshi for the Switch. It's not a proper name for it yet. It was more of like a concept video. So it just looked
not really. It looked like a legit game.
Nah, there's something missing. It just looked very bland.
It could very well be. I mean, they may add some elements, but it looked like a game.
Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U I loved. That was amazing. That was the first time I got excited about a Yoshi game in years. And
you've lost me.
And this one just didn't do anything for me in the trailer. But I feel like it's going to be better when it comes out. So I just sort of put it on there just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I remember I was with you watching that trailer, and I agree with everything you said. It just felt a little aimless, like you're just kind of walking around jumping and
coins, and that was it.
And like, what was the purpose? Like, it just seemed like it was just basically a kind of platformer with a bit of,
but with no soul.
Yeah, it was a very empty platform. But then again, I don't know. I kind of feel like all Yoshi games are a little bit like that, and my gripes with Nintendo and milking the Mario franchise is just kind of, it's so beyond ridiculous that I'm beyond getting angry with it. So I just let it live in its own little world and just ignore it. So what they do with Yoshi and stuff, I don't really care about. I do like seeing 2D side-scrolling Mario games still, because I know they're going to be a bit of fun, and it's good for the family audience, I guess. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, anyway, the Yoshi game didn't look very exciting.
And what's your next
one? You've got my two, Pokemon and Fire Emblem Warriors. So
okay,
we're done. We are done.
Right.
Do you want to close this off, Zorbz?
I'm just thinking, did we leave anything out?
We did not leave anything out. No, we've done all of E3. And,
who do you think won E3? Who had the best press
conference?
conference?
Oh, good grief! Nobody won. Nobody won.
Honestly, for me,
I insist on picking winners in these things, but I cannot do it. It's just terrible.
What had the most games that you got excited for? For me, I'm going to say it's a tie between Bethesda and Nintendo.
I think Bethesda's by far the worst.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what? Sony may have overtaken that. Sony had the pickings of their own titles and the dibs of a whole bunch of third-party titles that they could have poached from, and they still failed. So I reckon probably Sony takes the cake for the worst, which is huge.
What's your best one?
Oh, that wasn't Leave. EA, Ubisoft, and Microsoft.
My worst was
Nintendo. It won't be Nintendo because there's just not enough games for me on that. EA had a way out. They had Star Wars Battlefront 2. They had Anthem, which may be amazing, maybe crap. And you got Microsoft that had State of Decay 2, Code Vein, and then you had Ubisoft that had Skull and Bones and South Park. It's 2-2-2 for me. Man, what can I do?
He doesn't have a winner.
I can't. I don't want to award someone, a publisher, with a winning anything, because this E3 was a mega
By
fail.
default, it goes to Nintendo. Woo! All right.
I can't allow that either. That's his winner. Anyway, we'll cap that off.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all for watching our E3 coverage. Hope you enjoyed it. And
3 videos. If you missed the first 2, go back and watch them.
Yes, we do all the conferences.
Yep.
I will title them so you know what they are.
Yep.
And
Catch
stay
'em all.
tuned for more reviews and Migsy doing stuff and
if you
we're
can't-
doing stuff.
And if you can't stand watching us on video, you don't need to. Just put us on your podcast. So just listen to it in the car or something. I don't know. Just
yeah, you don't need to watch us.
I think
I will even say just put it on the TV and have put the speakers on and turn the TV off so you don't see us but you hear us. So you don't need to see us. We're not doing anything.
The video is optional. Hopefully, at least our banter is half engaging for you. We know it's long, but whatever.
I mean, we're good background noise.
Yeah.
You need trouble sleeping, we can assist you in that way.
We just hope that you enjoy it and you don't care too much.
I've been told I have a soothing, droning voice, so you know.
I'm losing my voice after tonight. We've filmed 3 videos that actually made it to air and 1 massive one that's never going to see the light of day.
What a waste.
Anyway, we better cap off. I'm running out of battery.
Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned for more Gamebug.
See ya. Bye.